don't tell jokes to make people laugh. I tell them so they can see the deeper truth hidden within. All right, so let me get this straight. Obama played the race card. Hillary and Kamala and others played the woman card. And what did the United States of America play? The Trump card. Did you hear about the guy who shot himself in a Walmart on Black Friday? Yeah, the police are calling it a self-checkout. I'm going to open up a discount grocery store where everything expires in a week. I'm going to call it Best Buy. It's Black Friday, and the mall is packed with shoppers. John has lost sight of his wife, and he can't find her. So he goes up to a very attractive woman and he says, "Excuse me, can you please help me? I cannot seem to find my wife, and I know that she's here in the mall somewhere. Do you mind just talking to me for a couple of minutes?" The attractive woman replies, "Sure, but why?" John says, "Because every time I talk to a beautiful woman, my wife just materializes out of thin air. And there she is. Thank you." Mariah Carey is opening her Christmas present, and inside she finds a deed to an undeveloped plot of land that is zoned residential. Disappointed, she sets the deed down and she says, "I don't want a lot for Christmas." Iron Man's favorite Christmas present last year was rockets that he can fire from his feet. He calls them mistletoes. A husband and wife were grocery shopping when the husband picked up a case of the king of beers, Budweiser, and placed it in the cart. "What do you think you're doing?" asked the wife. "It's on sale, hon. Only $10 a case," he replies. "We can't afford it. Put it back," demands the wife. They continue shopping, and a few minutes later, the wife puts a $20 jar of face cream into the cart. "What do you think you're doing?" asked the husband. "It's my face cream. It makes me look beautiful," replies the wife. The husband responds with, "Well, so does the Budweiser, and it's half the price. How do you find out how heavy a chili pepper is?" "Give it away, give it away, give it away now." Reporter: "What record would you want to have if you were stranded on a deserted island by yourself?" Athlete: "Well, if I was on a desert island, the record that I would most like to have is for long-distance swimming." In the category of how is this not a thing yet? If I owned Head and Shoulders, I would have released body wash called Knees and Toes a long time ago. At the grocery store with my 92-year-old father-in-law last week when a couple of hot women came in with super short skirts. My father-in-law says, "Look at those jet skirts," as we both admired the two ladies. I had to know, though, so I asked him, "What's a jet skirt?" My father-in-law replied, "It's a skirt so short that when they bend over, you can see the cockpit." My wife calls me the bomb. Not sure if it's because I'm super attractive or because I might go off any minute. Son: "Dad, did you get the results of the DNA test back?" Dad: "Yes, call me George." A teen boy is buying a pack of condoms for the very first time. He sees the price is $10. When he goes to pay for it, the register rings it up as $10.65. "What's the 65 cents about?" he asks. The cashier says, "Oh, it's for the tax." "Ah, I gotcha," the kid replies. "I was wondering how you keep those things on." Things were just different back when we were kids. Like in grade 2. I remember our teacher would give us all a big long lecture about not smoking, and then send us over to the arts and crafts section to make ashtrays for Father's Day. I love how in horror movies the person calls out, "Hello?" as if the psycho killer waiting for you will answer, "Hey, what's up? I'm in the kitchen. Want a sandwich?" My doctor told me that I have a condition known as narcosomnia, which has symptoms of both narcolepsy and insomnia combined. That's probably why I sleep with one eye open. The person sitting next to me on a flight was a woman. Ever the charmer, I used one of my pickup lines on her, and I asked, "Does the airline charge you extra for sitting next to good-looking men?" "Yes," she replies, "but I wasn't willing to pay." Why do women have smaller feet than men? It's just one of those evolutionary type things that allows them to stand closer to the kitchen sink. What do you call a man with a toe right on the middle of his knee? Tony, I just don't understand how somebody could guess my PIN number. Well, what did you use as your PIN? The date the Emperor Azong of the Jin Dynasty committed suicide, bringing about the end of the Jin Dynasty. Wow, that sounds obscure enough. When was that? In 1234? Considering that most people get buried in very nice suits and dresses, any zombie apocalypse is likely to be a rather formal affair. Tomato is a fruit, right? Does that make ketchup a smoothie? Any one of us has the capacity to lighten up a room. Some when they enter it, and some when they leave. Excuse me, miss, can I have the time? I check my watch, but I can't take my eyes off of you. If robbers ever broke into my house and started to search for money, I'd think they know something I don't, and I'd start searching along with them. No girl will choose 6-packs over 6 cars. So stop going to the gym and go to work instead. Superman was really bored one day, so he gave Batman a call. Batman said that Robin was ill and he had to look after him. A little disappointed, Superman called Spider-Man to see if he fancied a few beers. Spider-Man told him that he had a date with Catwoman. As a last resort, Superman flew over to Wonder Woman's apartment to see if she was free. As he landed on her balcony, he looked through the window and saw Wonder Woman naked on the bed. Superman thought to himself, I'm faster than a speeding bullet. I could be in there and I can be out again before she even knew what happened. So Superman did his super thing in a split second and flew off happily. Meanwhile, in the bed, Wonder Woman says, Did you hear something? No, said the Invisible Man, but my ass hurts like hell. I used to date this girl only to find out she's a guy. I guess you can say she had me in a trance. How do you know Adam and Eve were white? Have you ever tried taking a rib from a black man? Some guy on Facebook called me a tool. So I got hammered and nailed his girlfriend. You want to play the rape game? No, that's the spirit. Bully, I bet your pee-pee is so small that when you look down in the shower, you can't even see it. Guy, you're absolutely right. And you want to know why? Because your sister's head is in the way. I was at a nightclub last Friday night and I got talking to a really attractive and sexy 62-year-old woman. I found myself thinking, I bet she's got a really hot daughter. We shared a bottle and a half of wine and then she asked me if I ever had a sportman's double. I replied inquisitively, what's that? Oh, it's a mother and daughter threesome, she said. Oh, no, I haven't, I replied, now really wondering what her daughter might look like. We drank a bit more, and then she says with a wink and a smile, then it's your lucky night, Mr. Anthony. Upon arriving inside the door in the foyer area back at her place, she switched the hall light on and she shouted upstairs, Mom, you still awake?